Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to discuss how we can use if else conditions along with or and not functions inside our Helm templates. So let's understand with the help of example. So under template section I have a file called deployment.ml. So if you see under replica sections, so basically what we are going to see in our demonstrations. So based on the environments, we are going to select number of replicas. So for example, if it is a dev environment or a test environment, then replicas count will be 2. If it is a prod environment, then the replica count should be 5. And if it is not a dev, test or prod environment, something else, maybe test 1, dev 1, dev 2, whatever it is, then it is going to select number of replicas 1. Okay, so now let's understand each line one by one. Okay, so if you can see, this is the one argument here we have, and this is the another argument we have, and here we are going to use or operators, sorry, not operator, or functions. So what does it mean? If the environment value is dev or test, then it is going to run this particular block, or this number of replicas it is going to select. Okay, so let's verify this first. So for that, again I'm going to use Helm template command, because I want to run the, or maybe I want to render this templates locally. So let's run Helm template and let's give name app1 dot. So you can see it is selected number of replicas to. Why? Because in values dot environments in values.ml file we have an environment value is tab. So if I go to my values.ml file, here we have an environment value is tab. That's why it is executed this particular condition, because it is satisfied. We have not specified test. Let's verify for test, because test environment value we have not specified in our values.ml file. So let's see what it select. So let me clear the screen. Here I will use -- set, and here let's see test. Okay, so spelling mistake here. Okay. Okay. So here you can see again it is selected number of replicas 2, because we have passed the flag -- set value environment equal to true, sorry, equal to test. That's why again this particular condition is satisfied and it is selected number of replicas 2. So if I go here, we have a number of replicas 2. Now if the environment value is not dev, not test, and if environment value is prod, then it is going to execute this particular block. That's why here we have used else if conditions. Else if equal to dot values dot environment equal to prod. So now let's try this one. So here I will change the value to prod. So now it is, you can see the number of replicas 5, because it is not satisfied this particular conditions. That's why it is going through this particular block, because here it is easily able to find the environment value is prod, which is we have passed as a -- set flag. That's why it is going to this particular block. Okay, now let's move to another line which is little confusing and important as well. So if let's understand first this value. So in or operator or functions, one of the argument values should be true. Either this can be true or this can be false, or maybe vice versa. This can be false and this can be true. So at least one of the argument values should be true, then it is going to execute or functions. And if you are going to use not operator, sorry, not function, basically in that case, here you can see we have 3 arguments: 1 argument, 2 argument and 3 argument. So in this case here, basically all the argument values should be true. So if, sorry, so here I have specified when none of them are true. Okay, so basically not functions only work when this value is false, this value is false, this value is false, because not function basically flip the result. What does it mean? Suppose not value not equal to, if the result, the combination of these all three argument result is true, then not basically flip this result to false. This is the function or use case of not function. It basically flip your result. So to work this particular block, all of the values should be false, then it is going to basically run, or it is going to select number of replicas 1. If all of these values are true, then it is not going inside this block, because if you can see, it is going to satisfy one of this particular conditions which we have specified here. So in not functions, all of the argument values should be false, then it will flip the result false to true and it will execute this particular block. This is the important point which you have to keep in mind. Okay, now let's verify this. So now what I will do, I will mention here environment value equal to prod1, because we don't have prod1 anywhere here. So what it will do, let me run this. It is selected number of replicas 1, because first it is checked this conditions which is false, then this argument again it is false, and this argument which is again it's false, and then it basically the not functions flip the result to false to true, and it satisfy this particular condition block, and it will select this number of replicas. If we will select any one of the environment here like prod only, then it is not going to under this particular condition, because it is already satisfied this particular condition, because here we have an environment value is prod, so it will select number of replicas 5. So here we can see number of replicas 5. So these conditions and boolean logics are very important when you are going to create a generic template. So I have already discussed about if else with EQ and functions as well in previous videos. If you want, you can go and watch those videos as well. I will mention this code repository link in GitHub in a YouTube video description box. So if you want to do hands-on, you can do that. So that's all for today. See you in next video. Thank you so much.